morning I'm having a
deliciousness.
Don't you dare!
So this morning, got up, having breakfast, eating, and I walked over into the kitchen. I said, "Oh my gosh, these eggs are covered in pee." Because there's all these peas inside of it. That's a really bad joke. These are made by K-Tree pasteurized eggs. That's why there's pee on them, just because they're called pasteurized eggs. Alright then, this is Davidson's.
There's nothing else that says pee, huh?
But wait, what's the company name?
They're pasteurized, they have peace of mind. That's why.
Pasteurized peace of mind, so they're covered in peas. Horrible joke, but I have no idea. But I was thinking it was like a company name. But
Yeah,
just because they're pasteurized.
Must be because pasteurized
there you go.
equals
The
peace
P
of
on
mind.
every Safest Choice pasteurized eggs tells you our eggs are pasteurized to eliminate salmonella in an all-natural water bath without changing the nutrition or flavor. Delicious eggs.
150 to 200 gallons, they can grow up to 10 inches.
Oh, you got the ball.
But
Alright,
then again,
whatever, go ahead.
I don't feed them. You know what I mean? I don't eat algae and such. So how do you, what do you feed them? Oh, I don't feed them fish feed. I don't go and buy fish feed.
Yeah, we do. We buy them up.
Well, my mother does. From
Yeah, so they eat fish food.
But for the most part, they
My
just
bad.
eat the algae. You see, normal style stuff.
Oh, let's you.
1 point
Koi,
for
I
me.
probably have 10. Goldfish, I probably have another 10. 10 to 15.
Your goldfish surviving?
Yeah. The biggest ones out there.
Because you saw my gold pond over here.
Yeah.
Goldfish all died. The minnows, not one of the minnows died.
Yeah. I've got one minnow left. My main regret with the minnows is they brought ick into it's a fish disease. They brought ick into the pond. I lost koi, nice koi. I lost koi, I lost goldfish, I lost ick. I said never again to buy the minnows, at least not from PetSmart.
Hey, there's another ball right here. You want to play with 2 balls at
So
once?
when I got there, load them up!
There'll be no playing with your balls around here, my friends.
So I'm all, hey, a 15-cent investment on a fish that'll eventually grow to 4 inches, I can have some cool stuff swimming around. Well, sure enough, they brought ick, and a bunch of my fish started just dying off. It was all a learning lesson.
Yeah.
I love the fish pond. I love it. You know, you sprinkle it. When we do buy food, when my mother buys food,
I'm not moving fast enough.
if I put my fingers spread out into the water, just like
Out of the ponds. But he ain't no friend to buy.
You know that song.
carp. The carp species
I
is
changed
really.
it.
I don't think there's a proper word. Yes, I know a bit of that. You can dance.
John,
You can dance.
Yeah.
You can dance with the pants.
That's how you probably have.
That's officially my new rendition of it. That's it.
you don't need no underpants if you don't want to.
Koi. Stanford Hospital. I took my mother to like 8 koi.
Like, it doesn't help. I'm a little buzzed from the beers. Oh!
Definitely koi.
Right, I'm on fire right now, buddy.
You know, just keep it clean.
Oh, shit.
That's always the only thing I have is keeping it clean. You know, I run a filtration system.
No underpants if you don't want to.
So when you have like
I have a UV filter. It uses a UV
Oh! You got this for me. Thank you very much.
Damn it, man. Oh, yeah.
Kills off all of the bad bacteria. Believe it or not, actually puts good bacteria back into the water. It's still not enough. I need to buy algaecide. The pond is turning green. Buy algaecide to keep the algae down. But the bad bacteria. That's mine.
A little bit of Irish rendition over here of the same can.
It's got LED lights, so at night it lights the water up. It's a really nice little piece. And it aerates and filters and all that stuff. So. But I still need to buy algaecide. That algae down. Yeah. Because I'm right in the sun. I mean, I'm in the sun. You know? All that sunlight just helps the algae.
Yeah, Fogor. With your fingers.
You put your fingers places you wouldn't put your feet.
He says, yeah, you put your face places you normally wouldn't put your feet.
Talking about drunk sex with strangers.
Yeah.
You put your face places you wouldn't put your feet.
I don't mind the smell. It's terrible.
That's horrible.
Seriously. Ah!
Put your face places you wouldn't put your feet.
Dance with no pants if you want to.
So
rendition of the safety song I've ever heard, but it's okay.
You can dance with no
So,
hands.
you have something filtering out like
Dance with the pounds.
particles.
Now, what it does is it's got the main machine that sucks
Ah,
water
get
in
in there, yeah,
and
fucker.
then UV filters, but on the outside,
Hey!
on the bottom outside, it's got the mesh. So that mesh filters the thick stuff, and the rest of it's kind of particly, and it goes through the holes on the fountain. It sprays up or big enough, the particles come through. And every once in a while, it gets clogged. You just take it out, rinse the top.
No! Don't go in! That's not what
But
I'm
the
meaning
main
to do.
thickness is all collected on this outer netting. And so, $150
So, are you
for
pretty
the
clear? Is the water pretty clear?
It did its job for a while, but I think I have too many fish for the pump. If I put another
Yeah.
pump in,
Yeah.
it might be able to do it, but it's just my fish. I have too many, so what I need to do is buy some algicide, put that in, let it kill the algae. Other than that, when I first bought it, I drained my pond, I filled it back with clear water. There was still some water at the bottom, which diluted when I put all the other water. It was a little bit green. I put that filter in, and it was keeping it perfectly clear. I mean, the fish were scared. It was so clear. They wanted places to hide.
Yeah,
The fish were scared, it was so
Yeah.
clear.
They were
That's such a
vulnerable.
nice pond!
Exactly. And then, but after a while, it started to grow green, because I'm getting so much sun. So, but sprinkle some algicide in there. It's all maintenance. You just gotta be able to pay for it. Right now,
we.
I know! As all my goalies are up.
That
doesn't work.
That's basically how they get all the water and remove the water down.
Oh, oh, oh!
And,
Oh!
No.
Game on! Kicking around the table, are we?
so yesterday, I'm using a hose to aerate the water, and the fish are all coming up to the
loving it.
bubbles.
But you know what that tells me though? It's low.
Oh!
It's very
Victory!
important. Yeah, look at this pump. It's they do it at Home Depot. I'll send you a picture of it later. It's the perfect pump because it has a fountain on top. Suck water up.
Getting
Right after the drops it, yeah!
With the pond, you want this, so it spits water out and it kind of creates a thing and does this thing and whatever. But yeah, after a while, the more fish you put in there, the more fish will shit. Algae can feed off of it, the more greener.
Do we even have a point counter on this? That's what was right here, isn't it?
Yep,
The point counters are right here.
Yep.
It's missing holes.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Tallies.
Sorry, you're just gonna have to remember.
I don't know.
I don't.
Damn.
I'm a little bit too drunk, sorry.
I have it around here somewhere.
What do you mean you're drunk?
Okay, I'm not drunk, I'm buzzed. So it's whichever. I'm not paying attention, I'm having fun. I'm knocking around balls with
I
little
normally
tiny
have
plastic
one.
men that don't even look like
But
men.
I do remember a time when I had
After.
That random gap in the foosball tables
I
where
know.
the ball doesn't connect with either player.
Have one, or have more than one. My dad used to come over and have one beer every day. Yeah, I only have one beer.
Oh!
That's a man that knows his limitations. He knows what happens after 2 beers.
Party time.
No!
You know what happens after 2 beers? 3!
Yeah, exactly.
Then we
You know
break
what
up
happens
the
after
whiskey.
3? 4.
I don't know. It'll take a bit more.
1
than that.
tequila,
Take
2
me on the floor.
tequila, 3 tequila, 4.
Ah.
Ah!
Ah.
Shit. Time do we have to go do that bid, John?
Just about now. We better get going.
Too bad.
Alright. One more goal.
Oh, yeah.
Watch your fingers, bro. You can dance with no underpants. Oh, that was pretty cool.
Ah. Everybody's all quiet. The final match.
Oh!
Gotcha.
Busted.
Gotcha.
So,
All right.
at the end of this last winter, the moisture made the
Alright,
thing bug.
so-
and these guys couldn't.
Oh, because they were hitting it, yeah.
So forget what I did.
That was 8 minutes full of fantastic
I put
gameplay. That was pretty good. That's
I put
pretty
a
cool.
bunch of stuff on it.
All right.
Weight it down.
So,
Sure, yeah.
I'm bad with
I've
names.
done that with,
Jared.
I'm going to introduce you to my random viewers. Jared,
Yes, Jared, nice to meet you, bro.
nice to meet you.
and I put them between two pieces of plywood, just put a bunch of concrete on it, let them out for like 3 months or whatever. Oh, you know what? Let's back in the backyard. Grab
back
it,
there,
turn
bro.
it up straight.
Okay. I'm just going to press the record button, and I'm going to just simply say, I'm Kyle.
John,
John, all right. So,
I built your wall.
John, and what was it?
Awesome.
Awesome? All right. You have a fantastic name. Awesome. And these are two of the crew that was building this fantastic retaining wall,
That's right.
which is now done. So we have a platform to get to the roof of the house much more easily.
Man time.
Man, that's the entire purpose of the retaining wall, just to get to the roof better.
time. We men with you.
Sit on the roof and drink a few beers.
2 or 3 days.
Oh,
Yeah, it turned out sweet.
it did. This looks really nice. I love how random rocks. Retaining wall.
Man, that thing's stout, man. Look at that shit.
That wall ain't fucking going nowhere.
Proud of this work, man.
So basically the explanation is we've been drinking a few beers and hanging out and playing foosball. So that's why just 8 minutes full of nothing but foosball game, the whole beginning of this entire video.
Having man time.
Having man time! Man time and beer time! It is beer 30 right now all over again. Gotta go get me another one.
You do when nobody's watching. That's what you do.
So, I'm sitting here over on the porch with these guys talking about guitar. And this is the shocked and confused foosball table.
Worry about what
There's
notes
a-
you're playing or anything
There's
like
a
that.
ball
What
in
you're
its
gonna
mouth
do
right here,
when
but
you do this, and you can start up here, or
it's
you
so
can
shocked and confused. It has, you can't see it.
and you're just gonna get your fingers used to
Mouth.
putting them on strings and making the string voice itself, right? And then just keep going back and
So today's the 24th. Lovely day. Oh, I'm having a bunch of beer burps because the guys that you saw from the footage a moment ago, I'm a little buzzed, sorry. The guys that you saw from the footage a moment ago in the foosball game and a series of other I'm buzzed. So, it's actually a wondrous day. Today is really nice. So basically what we did today, we got some masonry stuff, and we set down some cement blocks on the footer that we poured like yesterday, which you probably have not even seen any footage, and there's only 4 or 5 people watching this vlog, so it's not like it really matters right now. We did some foosball gaming, and since they got done with the big retaining wall over here on the back of the house, we decided to enjoy a few beers and then hang out and play a game of foosball or two. And so they ran off because they went and did another quote for another job, and then they're getting into more business and everything like that, because that's what their business is. They do construction. The 2 guys that I introduced earlier. And so they ran off and they went to go get another bid. Me and my dad are here hanging out, enjoying a few beers. We've played a few games of foosball. So far, I think my dad's showing Cynthia, because she just got home, everything. And Cynthia is my stepmom. And my dad is my dad, you know. And I've had about 4 or 5 beers. And then, but this is the funny part. I went to the kitchen because it's like, well, we're gonna have a few beers, yada yada yada. So I went and I opened up a bottle. That was the first thing that I opened up, and it says ginger beer. It says extra ginger brew, ginger beer. And this is actually ginger ale. It's not even alcoholic whatsoever. And this is the first thing I opened up, going like, yeah, we're going to have a few beers and play some foosball, woo! And I opened up a ginger ale instead of opening up an actual beer. But I'm going to drink this now, since I've already had 3 or 4 actual beers with actual alcohol content. I have so much ridiculous hair and everything. So, yeah, nice day. God, that ginger ale is really good, too. 2 minutes and 45 minutes of you wasting your life listening to some drunken imbecile just trying to explain to you what's going on. But hey, you know, I make a YouTube vlog. So the really neat, interesting thing about my dad's backyard, or side of his house, or something like that, I don't know if you can see it or not, but these trees right here, right here, and you look around the base right here, I don't know if it pans all the way across. Let's see if I can get this lined up properly. The last tree is over here, and the other tree is all the way over right there. So if you look up, you can see behind them, there's another tree right here, and a series of other trees back here. This is actually an entire ring right here. This is a fairy ring. And a fairy ring is basically a natural occurrence here in nature where you can have a series of trees that end up growing in a circle. And a fairy ring can be done by trees, it can be done by mushrooms, it can be done by a series of different types of plants. Not all plants can grow in a circle like this, but sometimes you will end up finding a series of different things where they would just simply grow in a circle. Sadly, there's a bunch of poison oak right here. So I'm not going to try going in the middle of the circle and showing you the inside of a fairy ring and what it looks like from looking upwards. But there's a geocache here that's down the road a bit, and that is, I can show you what the inside of a fairy ring looks like from over there. And I might randomly go on an adventure today just because, you know, random daily adventures is enjoyable. But this is actually a ring of trees right here that comes around right here. And it's one of the more interesting and enjoyable things about my dad's backyard. And then there's the retaining wall and the hillside. And like the first place I ever got poison oak while we were visiting was right up that hill. Because the road for where he lives, the driveway's over here on the side over here. And the road that actually goes up the hill curls up and around. And it ends up at the top over here. And that goes onto a mountain path trail, which, you know, I'm actually kind of tempted to just go adventuring up the mountain trail today, just because it's something to do. But, probably not, because I've had a few beers. And it's just like, oh, whatever. But, yeah, I don't know, random foosball footage, my random introduction, me talking a little bit. I have no idea what else is going to be on this vlog. But, yeah, I really love this camera. This camera's fantastic. And I've already stuck it on the water. If you didn't know, if you missed that, it was about 2 vlogs earlier. I stuck this underwater for the first time, and it's still functioning just fine. It's nicely waterproof, so that's pretty cool. But it can only go for a few meters, which is probably around, this can only go underwater for about 5-6 feet. But the little sports camera that I have, that's about that big, which does not have this good of quality of video footage, of course, that can go 60 feet underwater, which is pretty cool. And it's pretty nice. I have a nice little camera ensemble, and then I have my big bulky block thing that I might as well as mount on a tripod and put that as the footage after this. And that'll be my footage. I don't know why I'm recording 6 minutes of me talking, but there's 6 minutes of me talking, and I've had a few beers, and everything's all good. So I'm going to stop it now. Toodles! I should not be doing this. I should not be doing this. But there's a little roller dolly right here. Oh, yes, this is going to be perfect for me to sit on. All right. Don't tell anyone. It's like a childhood moment. Just kind of grabbing one foot and sliding it around. See, I don't own a skateboard. Oh crap! As I slam into the side of the truck. All right, I'm riding down, trying to brake with my feet. It's like a little bit of a luge sled going on over here. This is a really bad idea. This is a horrible idea. This is a horrible idea, but I'm entertained by it. And I'm already down at the bottom here. Oh jeez! Oh jeez! Oh jeez! That was a spontaneous and odd idea. But I've returned it where it belongs. And now I have just realized I need to build myself like a little luge cart thing. Go out to Harbor Freight and buy myself a series of casters. Build a couple luge carts. This reminds me of, so basically, 5, 6, 7 years ago when I first moved out to Valley View. I had a cross the street neighbor, his name was Nick. And what we ended up doing was we ended up getting a hold of some 4x4s. No. 2x4s, a hinge, a 4x6. And so basically what we did was we put 2 skateboard casters parallel, and that pivoted in the center of a single rod that went up and down. And it had a seat in the back. And that had another series of wheels. And we used that as a luge down the street that I lived. And it was entertaining. But one of our friends ended up riding on a bicycle. And we ended up hitting the brakes, stopping the luge. And our friend, no, actually it was me on the bicycle. They were riding down. They hit the brakes. So I hit the brakes and I lost my balance. And I fell over on top of them too. Old random childhood memories. Huzzah. So suddenly, out of nowhere, I'm driving the giant behemoth truck right here to have practice in driving it, so that if my dad decides, hey, I'm going to send Kyle out to go get some more materials for our construction, he can. And I don't know, I've driven this truck before. I like it. It's fun. It's really enjoyable. It's cool. So that's what I'm doing now. Gonna get to drive this monstrosity. I don't know, I do like the green. I really do. I don't know, he's had this truck for probably around 7 or 8 years now. It's been a very, very good, fantastic truck. It's a Ram 2500. You see that right there? It's a Cummins turbo diesel. That is one of the best ever as you zoom in on my news. Best ever engines ever.